in the truck, so refresh that. It's done. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa, and today, Saturday, our last day at this house, we are playing Farming Sim 19 on Oakfield Farm. Oh, and I forgot to open the gate. So, stuff that's happened this week. This mod got updated, so when I loaded into the game it was a Fendt. So we turned it back into a Challenger. Unfortunately, we can't change the wheels colour. So it's standard Challenger colours. However, we could change the seat, so we're sitting on a nice yellow Challenger seat. And everything else is standard. We have also sold the cow farm at Lawfolds, and we got 1.5 million for it. And you will notice I do not have 1.5 million in the bank. And that is because we bought 2 new fields. Since it's still planting season, the farmers who owned those fields hadn't planted anything. So we're going to get out there, get those fields prepared for our use. I'm planning on, I think, soybeans on one of them. They're not particularly big fields, but they were affordable. And this is the main road. Oh, and there's a truck. Oops. Pressing the buttons too quickly. So the Challenger's back to the state it was last week. I could have gone for the special edition, which has yellow lines on the rims, but I decided no, we'll keep the version we had. The specials are the upgrade that happened to the mod this week. Ooh. There is turn on the left right here. And we now own the field directly in front of us on this hill. Oh, excuse me. And not only is this the last day in this house, it's also the last day I have to put up with the sun in my eyes first thing in the morning. So, that button there to start it. Let's roll. So, a tiny bit of a late start this morning. I did sleep in a bit late. But also, I had to correct the tractor. And this fertilizer spreader was full of fertilizer. And that ended up in a rather awkward place, so I had to shift it all. A little bit more solid fertilizer than I really wanted, and we're going to have to find something to do with it because I can't get rid of it. Oh, that's sunlight. Come on. I'm trying to keep this straight, and I'm not doing a very good job of it because I can't see where I'm going. Oh, come on. Sort it out. I'm going to say I'm not too worried about spreading wide here because We have a lot of lime in the tank. Now, the sad thing is this field registers as, or reads as ploughed state. Unfortunately, it doesn't register as having been ploughed, so we're going to have to replough it. That might be a problem because the worker might not be happy about doing that. Okay, there we go. And that swang a little too wide. Because the aim for this spreader is really to be my lime spreader only. Because you can't use it for fertilizer in late stages of growth because it doesn't take small wheels or narrow wheels. So since we're stuck with these wheels, we'll go with it. So we had a bunch of snow last week again, and there may be some snow next week, which might make getting the moving trucks up to the door a little tricky. And also potentially means we're going to have to pay the neighbour again a few times. Did get a bit obnoxious this week because of all the times he's had to clear the snow out, and so he sent his latest demand for money and then sort of, oh, you owe me for 2 additional cleans, when am I going to see my money? And it's sort of, well, we got 10 days to pay you, and when the snow's a few inches deep, we're not going to go out to the post office just to post you a check, just because you feel so special. Yeah, we'll go out, post the check, or mail the check when we're good and ready, and it will be there in 10 days or less. As it was, we posted the check to him the day before, and he lacked the patience to wait for 10 days before saying, well, you haven't paid me. So I know why they because of the slope of this field, you would usually plough this field sideways, the way it has been ploughed already. So that field there is also unprepared, and I can't afford it. That field there is 1.7 million. So that's not something we're going to buy anytime soon. Although I'm kind of thinking I'd like to buy a number of the fields down at this side of the farm on the south side of the map. Although at least one of them is a contract field. And while there are contracts on this map, I'm not hitting that many. Always seems to be the same field over and over. Turn that off. And we'll come at this one from this side and get both of those bits. Oh, nearly used a full tank. Out to there, and then we can run down the field properly. All right. So yeah, the bright sunshine this morning was another reason why I decided to delay the stream start by half an hour, although I could probably have done with delaying another 30 minutes. Oh, hi, Hail team. No. And the reason is, I mean, we told them that he grades the road and sweeps the snow, and just because we've had bad experiences with him doesn't mean they will. Or maybe they'll accept his shenanigans and not get upset by it. I mean, for the first couple of years we were perfectly happy because, you know, he'd told us he was doing it as a favour, and, you know, it was a good deal. And it was only after he missed ploughing the snow because he decided to take a winter vacation and didn't make any arrangements for clearing the snow out that we found, well, actually, you're ripping us all off. And we challenged him on it. And at that point, he got obnoxious. So, you know, if you leave him to his little kingdom, he's perfectly happy. But if you challenge him, he gets incredibly obnoxious. So they can make their own decisions when they start dealing with him. I mean, our old neighbours on the other side, who moved out last year, they were perfectly happy initially. And then they also said, well, hang on a minute, you know, we like to save money too, and you're ripping everybody off. But since there's 5 homes on the street, he does favours for the woman who lives opposite, so she's not going to elect to not use him, even if we can save her money. So I'm guessing he's not charging her as much as he's charging everyone else. And the other new guy just didn't want the drama. Oh, excuse me. Forgetting which way to turn it. There we go. Let's go forward. It's much easier. Let's go forward when the wheel's straight. That's even easier. All right. Well, in spite of the capacity on this tank, this field is still going to eat up all of the lime that we have with us. I think. Try not to hit the telegraph poles. But since there are now less than 10 days before we move out, he will get one more check from us. I was really hoping that it was going to snow on Thursday afternoon, because that's the day we sign all the closing documents, and he's going to get home and say, oh, need to clear the snow. He'll get out there, he'll clear the snow, he'll send us a text message saying, oh, you owe me money. And we'll be able to say, oh, well, sadly, no, we don't. You're going to have to fetch that from the new people. And see how he gets on with that. But I don't think we're due any snow this week or after Wednesday. Super nearly out of lime here. That's a shame, because I've got one other field to do. That's all gone. So I'm going to have to drive all the way back to the yard to refill. Come all the way back to here again. Yeah, I missed out on, what was it, doing an Ungertheim stream this week. Really wasn't feeling up to much on Monday. But well actually no, Monday I ended up playing World of Warships with 44 Magnum on his stream instead. Because I didn't get to sit down with the PC till about 9 o'clock, and I thought, yeah, having an hour's Ungertheim stream, probably not going to get much achieved. I haven't played with the CSC autoload forks yet. I do have the CSC mod loaded, and I'm using that primarily for the buckets. Oops. That's the entrance to a field. This is the farm lane. And then I streamed a little bit more World of Warships on Thursday night with Binpin. But, I'm probably not going to stream much of anything in the next week or in this coming week, since I have a lot of stuff to do, and I'm still working all the way through to Wednesday. Wednesday's my last day at work. Unfortunately, I remembered I had a couple of pallets of lime left before I filled this tank up. But fortunately, we did use it all up, so I'm going to be able to empty those. Just have to pull them out of this shed. Oops. Excuse me while I trip over them. Okay, where'd that go? And these are all the extra pallets of fertilizer I had left over in that tank, because I thought I was actually going to be fertilizing with it. But that was unneeded. Oh, is that it? Fair enough. So I might rent a small solid fertilizer, stick it on the back of the Valtra, and use up the remainder of the solid fertilizer. Button to press, that one, that one. So I guess we're going to go for a full tank again. Oh, well, still kind of early in the morning, but I did forget to check on the sheep. Blah blah sheep. Yeah, sheep look fine. I think I already dealt with the sheep at the end of the last episode, so I don't have to worry about them too much. Okay, we're full up. So as far as reserves of money, we've still got the main yard at Lawfolds to sell. We've got the sheep farm to sell, and we've got the equipment auction to go through. I think that will then leave us with all of the available spare money that we have tied up in Lawfolds. I will be buying a second field, or third field, new field today. The field I bought is this one to the right, the grass field with the tree in the middle. And unfortunately the only entrance was the one we just passed from field 10. So we're going to have to buy field 10 for access, since I'm going to buy field 10 eventually one day anyway. I'm not too fussed about buying it early. We have the spare money right now. Oh, turn off. Okay, let's play spot the bits we missed. Ah, turn off. All right. Oh, wouldn't say this tractor's struggling, but this is a heavy load for it. It's only the base engine model. Unlike the Class, which is the top of the range. Well, no. Actually, I think the Class is only 2 engine sizes up. 940, I think it starts out as a 920. Much quicker across the grade than we do up and down it. Finish this bit off and we're done with this one. Alright, fold that up. And the sun is nearly gone from the center of the window. Unfortunately, the snow out there is still incredibly bright. Now, new house has, oops, let's put the brakes on, 2 offices as well, or sorry, 2 living rooms as well. One is in the front of the house, one is in the back. The front of the house is going to be our eventual office, and it has light diffusing blinds on the windows. But we need to take up the carpet, repaint it, and various other things, which will be happening after next weekend. And put in a wood floor, and then once that's done we'll be moving all the equipment, computer equipment, into that room. But initially the computer equipment's going to be in the back living room because we've got to buy a whole host of new stuff. Let's go totally unrealistic and just buy this field. Oh, it's field 6. It's an expensive field. And that one needs ploughed and also needs limed. Not going to worry too much about field 6. It's an alternate sheep field. So I can deal with this one later on. And again, we'll probably plough it lime it, reseed it with grass. I might re-engineer this bit into a little track. Now this too is a grass field. Technically I should need a gate here, because there would be nothing stopping the sheep coming through this hedge if we put sheep in the other field. There's another opening there. I guess I'm going to look up a gate pack or a gate mod. Maybe place 2 of them along this stretch here. Then if we do decide to have more sheep than airplanes, then the main, or the one up by the main yard, can